Crowd of the day. Over 65,000 people were there to see the match against Manchester United. You can recognise Villa by their light sleeves and by the fact that they started off by scoring a goal in the first 15 seconds of the match by Edwards. That was a sensation, of course, but so was Manchester's reply. They came back with 5 goals in a row. Rowley headed one through. Morris got their second. Pearson made it 3-1. Then, after Morris had scored again, Delaney brought the visitors' lead to 5-1 in the first half. Final score 6-4 for Manchester.
Charlton's hopes of retaining the cup slip when skipper Johnson loses the toss on Huddersfield's neutral ground. A 35,000 crowd sees the cup holders against the favourites, dark-shirted Manchester United. A deflected long shot by wing-half Warner tricks Bartram, and it's a goal! Johnny Morris starts a midfield movement, but makes rings round the Charlton defence. The ball goes out to winger Delaney, and from his centre, Mitten heads goal number 2.
United's quarter-final opponents were Preston North End, and the goal spree continued. Stan Pearson scored twice in a 4-1 win. Charlie Mitten got one, and Jack Rowley bundled in from close range. Against Derby County in the Hillsborough semi, Pearson was unstoppable, grabbing a hat-trick in the 3-1 victory, which took Manchester United to Wembley for the first time in their history.
The All-Lancashire finalists take the field at Wembley. Manchester United in dark shirts, Blackpool in white. It's the North's big day. A close duel between Manchester's Johnny Carey and Blackpool's Walter Rickett, number 11, is highlight number 1 in a thrill-packed match. Highlight number 2 comes when Stan Mortensen is tripped in the penalty area and referee Barrick awards Blackpool a spot kick. As the crowd rise to cheer, Eddie Shimwood drives it home to give the Seasiders the lead. Manchester's Jack Rowley, walking the ball into the net to equalise, provides highlight number 3. Blackpool, settling down quicker than Manchester, are overcoming their Wembley nerves. From a free kick and a seemingly impossible angle, Stanley Mortensen whips in a goal to give Blackpool the half-time lead. But now Manchester's attack, which has scored 95 goals this season, swings into its best style. From Johnny Morris's well-placed free kick, the fans cheer Jack Rowley's headed equaliser. Charlie Mitten, number 11, starts off United's winning attack. And from Rowley's pass, Stan Pearson scores the goal that gives Manchester the cup.
Cup goal. United now had one hand on the cup, and John Anderson proved an unlikely goal-scoring hero by clinching victory 5 minutes from the end.
The King hands the silver trophy to skipper Johnny Carey. Their 4-2 victory, snatched in the last few minutes, gives Manchester United the reward they richly deserve.
Rowley, complemented by Pearson's subtlety, scored 175 goals in 359 league matches.
Cult player at Fulham.
Pearson jumps for it, and it's a 3rd goal for the United.
It opened the score when a centre from the left wing was netted by Rowley. Weymouth fought hard but never really had a chance. They were 2 down after Pearson banged one in. 2 more in the second half gave United a 4-0.
Pegg, inventive and expansive. Dennis Viollet, clever and elusive. Tommy Taylor and Mark Jones never backing down from a challenge.
United now down to 10 men. Tommy Taylor having gone off to put Duncan Edwards up at centre forward, throwing everything on the attack. And there's Berry getting them going. Berry, number 7, with the ball. Still United on the attack. And there's great chance there for Viollet. And this time it's a penalty. There's Roger Byrne to take the penalty. Berry took the penalty, and that makes the score 1-1. Edwards through to Viollet. Now there's a chance for United. Pegg with it out on the left wing. All the United forwards up. Viollet. Cross to Berry. It comes on the right wing. Blackpool defence trying the offside game. Berry going through with it by himself. Cross it comes, and Palms made a perfect
The average age of the side was 22. Achieving this much so quickly surprised even Busby himself. Became a first-team regular, adding more goals to the already awesome strike force of Violet and Taylor. But the top scorer in the 1957 campaign would in fact be Liam Whelan, who scored 26 goals out of a total 103 that season.
Bring it in quickly to Evans, the Arsenal fullback and left fullback. He's pulled it back. Oh, and this is too late.
United won the championship with 3 games to spare.
By Whelan.
And endless stamina.
Good run by Berry. Berry still with it. Matthews back there tackling him. And there it is! A magnificent goal by Taylor.
Oh, Whelan. Pegg. I mentioned that. Really keeping the ball on the floor. Now young McGuinness to Berry cutting it very nicely. This could be the first goal. It's a goal, a lovely one. It's Manchester coming back on the attack. It's almost a relentless tide now. A battle between these Manchester forwards and wing halves. And here's one of the wing halves, Coleman, and this Spurs defence. It's Pegg out of number 10, Edwards. This equalising goal must come. And there it is! Yes, it's a great goal! It's scored by Coleman!
Well, and he could just put them in, and there's not a one let you down.
In the quarter-finals, United met Atletico Bilbao. They lost 5-3 in the away leg, but were confident of reversing the deficit at home. Home, once again, Main Road, as Old Trafford didn't have floodlights. Bilbao had come to defend, but in front of 70,000 fans, they were simply blown away by United. An Edwards cross led to a goal from Dennis Violent. Tommy Taylor drew the scores level. With 5 minutes to go, Johnny Berry won the match for United.
Manchester United are at home to Real Madrid in the second leg of the European Cup semi-final. They've a tough job in their hands, for the white-shirted Spaniards already have a 2-goal lead from the first leg.
Own glory wasn't far away.
Taylor does the rest. Real are a splendid soccer machine and one of the leading continental sides, while Manchester United, of course, are league champions, second year running, and FA Cup finalists. Another Pegg pass, and Charlton scores a beauty. They've equalised, but it's farewell to European Cup hopes.
Off 1 goal up, it's true, but many regard Manchester United as the best team in Europe. After 14 minutes, a pass by Whelan sent Berry racing through to equalise. Bournemouth's hopes began to fade, and about 5 minutes later, a shot by Pegg was handled by Lyons on the goal line. A penalty was awarded, Berry took the kick from the spot, and it's a goal! 2 bites at a cherry, and it's all over.
It's for the penalty area. He beats Ken Green, everyone expects him to pass, but he fools them all and shoots! Manchester fans are wild with joy, but there's more to come. Outside left, David Pegg is on the move straight from the restart. Jeff Hall blocks him, but he retrieves it and tries again. Over to Bobby Charlton, who slams it home.
Their only goal comes from this corner by Duncan Edwards. And that's Tommy Taylor heading it home.
Their bags for the continent, because as league champions, they had qualified for the European Cup again. Once more reaching the quarter-finals, they met Red Star Belgrade. United won the first leg 2-1 in Manchester, and in the return match the result was also close. However, first half goals from Dennis Viollet and then 2 from Bobby Charlton gave United a comfortable cushion before half-time. It is sometimes forgotten that United was still in the European Cup. They would finally go out to AC Milan in the semi-finals. They beat the Italian giants 2-1 at Old Trafford, but would subside 4-0 in Milan.
As the new Manchester United skipper, crash survivor Billy Foulkes, led out his scratch team for the fifth-round cup battle with Sheffield Wednesday. Crash hero Harry Gregg gets a well done from the fans. With 2 fit survivors of the crash, 2 experienced newcomers and 7 young reserves, United is a makeshift team, but an all-conquering spirit and purpose bridges the gap.
Brennan takes the corner, and it's in. He's on again. Mark Pearson's shot rebounds, but Seamus Brennan's there to land a beauty. 20-year-old Brennan was only included a few hours before the match, his first big game ever, and he scored 2 goals. No wonder the crowd cheer themselves hoarse. 17-year-old Mark Pearson has the ball. Alec Dawson's ready to receive, and there's number 3. Old Trafford's seen so many great days, but for brilliant triumph over disaster, surely none will ever be as great as this. A scratch team any longer.
The resulting United Cup run was, however, a true blessing for the club as a whole. It took minds off the trauma of Munich. If by some miracle they were to win, they'd be honouring the memory of the dead.
Use it again back to White House. Munich survivors Harry Gregg in goal and skipper Billy Foulkes at full-back are rock-like in defence.
Another Munich survivor, Bobby Charlton, returned to the first-team lineup for the 6th round of the FA Cup against West Bromwich Albion.
There's less than a minute left and it looks like extra time. But here's Bobby Charlton racing in. He flicks across and Colin Webster scores. Old Trafford's never heard anything like it, and 60,000 people will never forget it as long as they live.
Semi-final number 1 at Villa Park, Birmingham, and a third selection from the 70,000 who were there in spite of everything were first on the warpath, and they opened the scoring with one from Charlton.
Seamus Brennan takes a corner for United. Webster gets to it to Alex Dawson, and it's in. Bobby Charlton moving in on the left wing again. He centres, a tussle before the goal, and Dawson shoots. Fulham try to clear, but the ball goes to Bobby Charlton and out to the right wing. Back again to Charlton, who runs in for a shot that leaves Macedo helpless.
Incredibly, the Busby Babes, as they were still known, even though only 3 first-teamers were left, had made it to Wembley.